off on that one, so he goes 1 out of 2 at the line. A battle of the big men. Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
Just 5 on the clock. Three-pointer, Harden. The rebound by the Hawks. Now Okongwu. Giving this team some energy, averaging a little over 10 points a game. And that one's good. Young.
Yeah, often shooting from way beyond the arc, Young easily pops in the short-range 3.
Here's Harden. Going inside. Here's Zubac. Good D by Okongwu.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Here's Whitmore. From down in the low post, it goes.
Athleticism showing through from Whitmore. He doesn't need much room at all to operate in close.
Harden with it. Now Okongwu defending. Tipped. And they're pushing it up. Johnson with a bucket.
And 3 for 4 to start, showing some rhythm.
They're having very little success right now.
And they really could take a different approach, right? Find something that works.
And he hits it and gets hacked. A 3-point chance here if he can convert.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has zero fear. In fact, contact, it doesn't deter him at all.
Los Angeles shooting their first foul shot of the game. Now here's Whitmore. A dependable player on offense, giving them over 13 a game. Daniels, that one's true.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And it's Harden penetrating. And it's Harden with the big finish.
Wow, James Harden putting a little sauce in the finish. Nicely done.
Young. Here's Okongwu. Zubac with the steal. Into the lane. Good on the shot.
James Harden has made a living out of tough shot making. I'll tell you, the defense pretty good right there. James Harden just better.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Young. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. And Capella gets it to go.
Inside, Capella's physical ability makes the difference. He can get vertical, bump with you, whatever it takes.
Well, Grant, aside from making East Finals in 2021, how would you assess Trae Young's teams?
Well, they're always solid offensive teams. But Trae is the type of player that you need to surround with defensive-minded guys, and he hasn't really had that. You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Here's Daniels. Looking at his stats, he's putting up about 7.5 per game. Shot clock at 6. The Hawks need to get one up here. There's Young with the three. The Clippers grab the miss. On the wing, Harden. An effective score for them, scoring around 21.5 points a game. There's the drive. Capella with a rebound. Atlanta leading by 6. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Quinn Snyder. To no one's surprise, their focus defensively is on containing Kawhi Leonard. Coach said Kawhi is a terrific decision maker and always manages to play the game at his pace, so we need to get into him, apply some pressure, and try to make him uncomfortable. History shows that will not be an easy task, BA.
Thanks for that, Allie. Clippers trail by 6. Outside Harden. He's off on the layup.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
Pass to Okongwu. Jacks up a 3. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. He wants to review the game plan. A minute 42 left to play in the first quarter. Zubac, screen. Three-pointer, Harden. Okongwu with the rebound.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Clippers trail by 9. And 6-man, a common term in basketball, has a unique meaning for the Atlanta Hawks, Grant.
Yeah, it's the name of their fan base. Extremely loyal and passionate, and they've swayed the outcome of games.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Hawks?
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
Whoa!
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
.46 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Oh, stolen by Harden. And then Harden with the jam.
Well, the theft by James Harden and then the quick mind to get out in transition and beat everybody up the floor. Just tremendous two-way play.
Slams it down with two hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. 27 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Left side, Harden. Shot clock at 5. The rebound by Atlanta. Young looking around. Here's Johnson. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It goes on Chris Dunn. Atlanta shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. The free throw drops for Johnson. So both teams making some changes here. And Johnson drops them both. He gets it up. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. The scoring is fast and furious as we end the first. 14. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from Atlanta?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
I tell you, that willingness to make the extra pass, that is what creates good looks. It also forces the defense to scramble.
And adding to this lead right now, riding a wave of momentum.
But if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead. Pass
to Jones. All right, Doris, you look at the criteria for traveling in the NBA. You think it's called often enough?
You know, B.A., I'm not sure the answer to that. It's amazing to me the speed with which these officials have to make the calls. Sometimes you go back and watch it, what looks like a travel is not, or what's not called a travel is. This is actually a harder issue than people think.
The shot's good.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Young way outside. It's rebounded by Zubac. Clippers trail by 10. And out of bounds, Atlanta will have it. Both teams will make substitutions.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Daniels. Outside for LeVert. The three ball. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
He drops yet another dive, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Los Angeles making a change here. Here's Simmons. He's scoreless. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, a lot of new developments for the Clippers this season, and obviously they have the new arena, new designs for their logo, jerseys, and court. Not only that, their G League team moving into a brand new arena in Oceanside, renewing the San Diego Clippers moniker. Brian, a lot to be excited about for this Clips team.
No question. Good stuff, Allie. Thank you. Pass to Eubanks. The rebound by Atlanta. At the conclusion of this one, they're off to Brooklyn where they'll face the Nets. That'll be the first leg of just a two-game trip for them.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. This will be his second trip to the free throw line in this one. Obviously, everyone knows about the defense of Kawhi Leonard, but Grant, his shooting is overlooked.
Yeah, you know, he's at about 40% from three for his career. You combine that with his wing defense, you get a one-of-one player capable of carrying a team.
Back to Simmons. Clock at 6. Pass to Jones. The Clippers got to hurry. Late clock here. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. Atlanta leading by 14. It's Daniels with a drive. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Tons of first-step quickness from Daniels.
Left side, Simmons. To the middle. Out to Leonard. Jones in the post. Second chance effort. Gay with a rebound. Here's Atlanta with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run. From 20 feet. And good as it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. LeVert's got 5.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Here's Leonard. And the layup is good.
Just incredible touch from the interior. Kawhi Leonard more than capable in that painted area.
On the wing, Daniels. Niang a screen. On the wing, Whitmore. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
An impressive athlete. This rookie Whitmore loves getting inside and hammering it home.
And timeout called by Ty Lue. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. teams changing it up here. Clippers trail by 18. And Doris, the Clippers with new jerseys, a shiny new arena, and an ownership group that is very aggressive. They want some shiny hardware to go with it.
BA, you have to appreciate an ownership group that is willing to spend and make all the right moves in order to position yourself for the championship. But now the players need to come through. And what has been their undoing in recent years is injuries and the lack of availability of their best players. Age and health still hover over this organization.
Brown with a screen. Three-pointer, Harden. The rebound by Atlanta.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Outside Johnson. And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young. Johnson's got 11 points.
Yeah, what a look. I mean, Young, a high-level passer.
Outside Harden. And there's the drive. Pass to Jones. Tries to break his ice. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. That one on Young. Doris, looking back at James Harden's time in Houston, what an incredible individual run he went on.
Come on, Brian. Finished in the top 3 in MVP voting 5 times with the Rockets. Came so close to getting to an NBA Finals. He's still beloved in the city of Houston.
Gets the 3 to fall.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
And the call will be against James Harden. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Well, guys, if you want to know why the score is what it is, look at their turnovers this quarter.
Atlanta leading by 22. Outside Whitmore. Back to Young. Throws it up high. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Everyone loves the alley-oop play, B.A.
Jeff, one of the prettiest in basketball. Pass to Harden. Inside. Jones. So as we conclude the first half, a fairly one-sided game. Atlanta on top, just dominating this one. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a minute. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. So it's Los Angeles now. On the wing, Harden. Finds it again. 6 for 12 and remaining assertive.
I tell you, James Harden's ability to power through contact and finish with bodies around him is something else.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
You know, looking at the turnover story, they've had a few miscues along the way, but as we see on the scoreboard, it hasn't hurt them.
Now Los Angeles with it. And here's Leonard. Rebounded by Johnson.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Down low. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Harden, deep three-point land. The long-distance 3 is buried. Harden's got 16 points.
And James Harden simply stated is putting it to the defense right now. Somebody has got to step up and get the ball out of his hands.
Pass to Johnson. Driving inside. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. And timeout called by Ty Lue. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Now Los Angeles with it. Next matchup, they'll be at home against the Wizards. And that's the first of just 2 home games for them. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
With the game on the line, Ice Trae is dangerous man. Young said, I've been owning the moment my whole life. That's what I do. I work too hard to be afraid of the moment. Brian?
Well, Allie, it definitely shows in his play. It's great stuff there. Thank you. And he'll take his 3rd and 4th free throws of the night. Well, Doris, there's one thing for sure. When Kawhi Leonard is available, he's elite.
There's no question about it, Brian. And it's so difficult to watch a player who cares so deeply about the game as Kawhi does not have his body hold up. It's been unfortunate over the years to see the toll injuries have taken on his career. But boy, oh boy, clutch, skilled, competitive, tough, every attribute you could want.
And they're ahead right now because they're working so hard on the glass.
And bottom line, more boards means more possessions. That's how you build a lead.
And an excellent job distributing the ball tonight. You can really see his feel for the game.
And that's been his role pretty much from the opening tip. Get the ball to guys where they can score it.
Kept alive. Up top, Whitmore. Give him 8 points now. Can't cash it in from the high post.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
Harden with a bucket. Harden's got 7 points here in the quarter. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Atlanta leading by 23. Young with it. 7 points in the game. Well, the Hawks again cannot hit it.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Nice shot by Harden.
Well, they're still losing, but it's not because of him. He's been lights out this quarter.
And the call will be against James Harden. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Daniels. He's got 5. Left side Tate. Knocks down the triple. Tate's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Well, he showed right there. This guy capable of making shots, especially if you leave him that wide open.
Harden surveying the D. To the inside. And Harden with the slam.
Well, James Harden will go down as one of the great scorers in NBA history. And when he gets his groove going, look out, folks.
Oh, they get a hand on it. And stolen by Leonard. Oh, and Johnson with a block. And they'll keep possession. Leonard, right side. Outside Harden.
2 minutes.
Screen by Leonard. 5 on the clock. Out to Powell. Another shot. Harden misses.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
And there's the foul. It's on Ivica Zubac. That's foul number 2 for him.
15 seconds.
And timeout called by Ty Lue. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
And the question they're going to have to answer to me is it a problem with the scheme or is it a problem with matchups?
There's a minute 47 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. Outside Johnson. There's Young with the 3. Now pulls it in.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
He gets it in there.
Now, Kawhi Leonard understands when and where to deliver the ball to his teammates. Pretty play.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Atlanta leading by 19. Here's Young. And Atlanta misses again. And so it's Simmons with it. He brings it up for the Clippers. And Leonard with the strong finish.
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court, he makes a lot of noise.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Here's Whitmore. Give him 8. Oh, not wasting any time and taking the shot and hitting it. Whitmore's gotten 4 this quarter.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Leonard outside. There's 48 seconds left to play in the third. And the dunk by Leonard.
They're improving, but still find themselves behind.
Yeah, but this run started with tighter execution at both ends, and that'll need to be maintained for them to have a chance to take the lead.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing. Man, did Zubac get off his feet in a hurry. What a finish.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Okongwu has the open look. It's rebounded by Los Angeles.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Back to Powell. Leonard on the wing. Shoots over Okongwu. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks looking in total control with this 17-point advantage as the buzzer sounds. They put in work down low.
44.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. The Hawks lead by 17 to the paint. Here's Johnson. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Derek Jones. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Yeah, what stood out to me was their passing. They moved the ball effortlessly and have been able to find those holes in the defense.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points.
Yeah, it's rare that one of the game's best scorers is also one of the best playmakers. Harden does it all at the offensive end. When you're wide open like that, no need to fade away.
Pass to Leonard. And the dunk by Leonard.
Great teamwork on that drive, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Jones grabs the board.
Wow, he doesn't miss many of those. He's such a strong finisher and tight.
Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. That one on Johnson.
You look back over the history of the game, James Harden, one of the absolute best at getting himself to the foul line.
He hits the second from the line. And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. Let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, Quinn Snyder had some words for his team over the break. He said, keep it going, guys. Ride this wave of momentum. We're playing great right now, but we can't let up. Guys, back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. Right side Whitmore. That one's good. And it's Young with the assist.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
You know, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Pass to Okongwu. Back to Whitmore. From deep, Johnson. Oh, that's his 8th make of the game. He's only missed 4 so far.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Screen by Leonard. Now here's Harden. Out to Leonard. And there's a 3-second violation.
He pushed a little too hard there trying to close the gap. And yes, he paid the price.
That's a big miscue, and you hate to see that happen at this point in the game.
On the wing, Whitmore. Inside. Here's Okongwu. No stopping him there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity in a 3-point play. It's on Derrick Jones. Doris, with the latest collective bargaining agreement, teams have to be more strategic with their spending.
They do, Brian, and I think this speaks to the league's desire to make sure there's competitiveness across all of the teams in the league. There are now harsh penalties in place for teams that go over the luxury tax. So star players in their 30s or players with injury concerns aren't necessarily guaranteed max contracts in the future. You're going to see a lot more negotiations and smart decision-making.
Pass to Leonard. Down low. Out to Powell. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
Ooh, talk about a way to deflate the team.
Well, I think it kills your energy, and it certainly kills your momentum.
Outside Whitmore. Fires the 3. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist. Whitmore's got 10 points in just the second half. Harden with it. Now Okongwu defending. Back to Harden. From deep 3-point range. Rebounded by Johnson.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
A brilliant dunk, and he hangs up there for a while, too.
Like he's posing for the camera. He's just hanging out, posing for pictures, just making himself at home. Harden. Outside Bogdanovic. Just 5 to shoot. Outside Harden. Pass to Bogdanovic. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. Here's Atlanta with the ball. They're on a 17-7 run. They get it back. Outside Johnson. Tries again. Nice jump shot. Johnson's got 23 points. And here's Harden. He'll bring it up for the LA Clippers. All right, let's say you're starting a new franchise today, and you get to pick any player in the league. Who you got, Grant?
Oh, man, there's so much talent to choose from. You can't go wrong with Doncic, Antetokounmpo, or Jokic. There's some enticing young players, too, like Anthony Edwards as well.
What you love about Ivica Zubac is he knows who he is. Big, strong body, mixes it up on the glass, sets solid screens. Just an understanding of who he is.
So it's Los Angeles now. Here's Harden. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
A smart play by James Harden. Gets his advantage to draw the contact. He's made a living at the free throw line, guys.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And a vital mission for the NBA, mental health. Commissioner Silver has said it's the most important issue for the league.
And I applaud Adam for those comments he's made about it. I mean, the season is so difficult. It can really take a toll on your mind. So it's great the league is trying to help players out through this.
6 to shoot. Left side, Whitmore. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Hawks.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And reaching a nice milestone, an even 20 wins on the year.
Only a 2-game series, and they win both. They have to be satisfied with this.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Jalen Johnson.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
And Leonard is comfortable shouldering the offense. He knows this team looks to him to score.
The kick out to Young. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Marked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. And here are the Clippers now. Left side, Harden. Good D by Kangwoo. Outside Johnson. And so it's Atlanta easily.